You're probably thinking to yourself, why isn't Colton upstairs, or excuse me, downstairs in his studio where he's got his cool backdrop with his Vikings and Raiders hats, or his beautiful light to shine his beautiful face? The reason is because I realized I made a small editing error, and I'm not going back downstairs because I did leg day today. That's the long and short of it. So laziness is the actual short of it. So today we're doing our Week 14 preview for the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Los Angeles Rams, right here next to my wife, but I know she won't come on camera. However, we're ready to go for this Week 14 preview now. We're going to start by asking the question, who's in, who's out? Okay, so you got the Raiders here. Amir Abdullah, yes, limited, and then limited for Monday and Tuesday. He was good to go. By Wednesday, he will play tomorrow. You got to be excited about that. Then Andrew Billings, he's out with a fibula injury the entire week. It is what it is. It is going to be interesting to see how he does come back for the Raiders, especially moving forward. Jayon Brown, the linebacker, out with a hand injury. He was a DNP all week, as well as Jesper Horsted, who I believe has been in and out of concussion protocol. He is out this week as well. And then finally, Rock Yassine, you heard, who is out this week. He is was out with a knee injury. I think he's going to be very interesting to see with his development because he's actually shown a lot this year. So you got to give him nothing but love and credit. So as for the Rams, the man, the myth, the legend, Aaron Donald, the man after my own man's heart, is out for this game with an ankle injury. Was a DNP all week. He is out with that ankle injury, so it is tough. But I think that could mean good things for the Raiders. It is what it is there. Also, Trayvon Howard, the linebacker, out with a hip injury the entire week, also out. Terrell Lewis, a linebacker, out with a back injury, DNP all week, just like David Long Jr., the defensive back, who is been declared out because of that groin injury, as he did not participate the entire week. And by the way, you guys might not think that a groin injury is that serious. Trust me, they are not fun. They are definitely not fun. And sometimes they can take a little bit of time to be able to recover from. And then also, yes, you do have, some other players like Lance McCutcheon, that are questionable. John Wolford, the quarterback, questionable, as well as Brandon Powell. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Rams do handle that moving forward and all of that. Now, the Rams are in an interesting spot. You are in a place where your last place in the NFC West. It's not pretty. It's not even do or die anymore. It's kind of just finish out the season. That's literally what it is. Currently on a 6-game losing streak and last place in the NFC West. Again, it is what it is at this point. They've just got to finish the season strong. I do think this team, you got to be able to be honest about it. Yes, they've had some injuries, way too many injuries. And they just didn't really seem to have that same magic as they did before, but it is what it is. So, last place in the NFC West, completely opposite of what the Raiders are in the AFC West right now on a 3-game winning streak after taking one to the Chargers, after taking one on the chin week one of the earlier in the season, by the way, and then also the Chiefs lost to the Bengals, which was kind of shocking overall. So I think that the Raiders are in a good spot here. You're coming off a 3-game winning streak, and quite honestly, I think this team could do some damage moving forward, and I'm excited to see it. Now, as for statistically, you got to bring it back to Derek Carr, who has almost 3,000 passing yards this year, 20 touchdown passes, and 8 interceptions. And then also you've got Josh Jacobs with over 1,300 rushing yards, 10 touchdowns on the season, over 5 yards per carry. You love it. You absolutely love to see it. Also, Devontae Adams, his back, and his and Josh Jacobs' back, they both have to hurt because they've been carrying this Raiders squad. 79 catches for 1,176 yards and 12 touchdowns for Devontae Adams. I need that number 2 receiver to pop up, though. I know Matt Collins is a stud, but please, can we get this man some help? That'd be great to see overall. Defensively, yes, Max Crosby has been bringing it all year long. He leads the team with 10.5 sacks. They've been constantly getting better these last couple of weeks, and I'm really excited to see how they do continue to get better as a unit. Chandler Jones, 3 sacks against the Chargers. That can't stop with this last game. He's got to continue to bring the pressure, and we've been saying it all year. Just please, somebody other than Max Crosby on the edge get a little bit of pressure. Now, we also talked about Andrew Billings, who will be out for this game on the inside. It will be interesting to see what the Raiders do to bring it on the interior. Could we see more of Neil Farrell Jr. as well as Matthew Butler? But that's something that I'm excited to see as well. So, especially with Aaron Donald out, I definitely think that's a big headline. You talk about one of the most dominant, one of the most dominant defensive tackles in the game is out. You got to be able to win in the trenches, and we'll get to that in just a second in the keys to the game. Now, Rams' keys to the game. I think it's pretty simple. You got to shut down Josh Jacobs, the man over 5 yards a carry. He's just absolutely bringing up for the Raiders. He is the heart and soul of that Raiders squad. If he doesn't run, the Raiders don't run. So they got to be able to. I don't know if you're going to necessarily shut him down, but you need to slow him down. Also, you got to attack the corners. We covered it. Rock Ya-Sin is out for this game. Hopefully, he can come back after this week for the Raiders and continue to do his thing. But for right now, he is out, and I'm hoping that the Rams. Honestly, if you're looking at the Rams, they need to be able to attack the outsides. I know Nate Hobbs is back, but I do think that there are some holes in this Raiders secondary if it is attacked correctly. Also, 20 is the magic number, the last key for the Rams. They are in a place where, yes, if you can hang some type of points on the Raiders above 20 points, I think you could really make a strong case to win the game. Last week, the Raiders let up 13 points on defense, as most of you put it in the comment section. Thank you guys for that. But they let up only 13 points. That pick six by Derek Carr wasn't pretty, but it is what it is. This Raiders defense has stepped up quite a bit. As for the Raiders' keys to the game, you got to keep Josh Jacobs rolling. I mean, this man, like we talked about, his back is hurting, over 1,300 rushing yards. This man, you just got to keep feeding him, let him do his thing, because when he rolls, you roll on offense. Devontae is the answer. That's the second key for the Raiders. If you can get Josh Jacobs the ball and he's running effectively, Devontae Adams is going to be open. That's just the harsh reality of the situation. Devontae Adams is that dude. He honestly, him and Josh Jacobs should both be in the conversation for MVP for the Raiders this year. And then finally, you got to own the trenches if you're the Raiders, man. You again. Aaron Donald is out this game. Like, that's so huge for the Raiders. You dodged a bullet. Your offensive line needs to just own the Rams on every single level in the trenches. Same thing for the defensive line. You need to get after it and make things happen. So, but that is it. That's our Week 14 preview for the Las Vegas Raiders for the Los Angeles Rams. Make sure versus the Los Angeles Rams. Excuse me. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about our Week 14 preview for the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Los Angeles Rams. We'll try that again before we go out. Las Vegas Raiders versus the Los Angeles Rams.